Hi, I'm Ren.
I'm Sam.
I'm Tosh.
And
we're
we're
the
the
T
T-Swift
Swift sisters.
Welcome back to the T-Swift Sisters podcast, a Taylor Swift fan podcast for Swifties by Swifties. Today, you'll be alongside me and Tosh, and we're sending our love to Sammy while she's away. In today's episode, we're sharing how you can walk the red carpet in LA at the Eras Tour film premiere and what American universities are incorporating Taylor Swift into their curriculum. Here's this week's Swift Scoop. Tosh, you want to get us started?
Yes, let's get to it. It's no surprise that the Taylor Swift phenomenon continues to take over the world. Here in the United States, many universities have started rolling out courses that dive right into all things Taylor Swift. From courses like Psychology of Taylor Swift to the Taylor Swift Songbook, where students focus on her music and all the cultural context in which her music and her career are situated. It took a while to find these, but here are some Taylor Swift inspired courses. There is a complete and updated list of all these courses at the universities listed. So you can visit the specific university's website to find more about that specific course. But here are some really cool courses that we found that are all about Taylor Swift. Starting off with Arizona State University, they have a course called Psychology of Taylor Swift. Arizona State University has another one called Public Policy, Taylor's version. Love that.
I know, it's so cool. That one is like, I think they're looking at like the government side of things, / also like Taylor Swift and her impact on like election season. So I think the last time that she posted a story saying like register to vote, it's coming up. This was like literally a few weeks ago.
I was going to say it wasn't long because I remember seeing that recently.
Yeah, I think they had an uptick in like 35,000 people sign up to register.
That's iconic.
Yeah, so that course is going to be like talking about that. So that's super cool. And like, who knew Arizona State University was so Swiftie coded?
Yeah, like that's kind of random, I feel like. NYU has the future of the music streaming economy. That one sounds interesting.
So that one is not completely about Taylor Swift.
Okay.
Yeah, they did have a like Taylor Swift focused course in 2022, I believe spring. But the thing with like higher ed is if the professor's an adjunct, so the professor for that class was a reporter for Rolling Stones. So if they're like unavailable or the class just wasn't like super successful, they sometimes don't bring them back. So that's kind of why we also mentioned make sure that you're looking at the university's course catalog to see when the courses are offered or like if they're still being offered. These are all up to date because we did the research on them today. But yeah, so they used to have like just a Taylor Swift focused one. This one is about other artists as well. And it dives into like Taylor Swift and how kind of like the Spotify of it all and like those, breaking records kind of thing.
Love that. We have from Berklee College of Music, Songs of Taylor Swift.
I wonder what
I was going to say that one's probably like it dives probably real deep into like the lyrics and background of it all.
Especially that it's like the College of Music. Like I feel like it's so serious.
Right. Meanwhile, we're just like, yay, that was a fun one. Stanford University has storytelling with Taylor Swift. Why does that sound like my fave one? I feel like I like that name a lot.
So this one, the course catalog for Stanford doesn't give us any like juice about what the description of the course is, like what's going on in this class, but it does mention something that's very, very specific and that it's a student-led course, right?
Oh.
Yeah, so it's just, we didn't graduate from Stanford, so we don't really know, like how the curriculum is there, but I'm guessing it breaks into like the storytelling of her music and like all too well kind of it all, like how we're literally basically reading a book through the songs, but it's led by students versus like an adjunct or like a professor teaching it. So I think that's cool because you really get the perspective of like people who are your age and understanding this music at their own time too, you know?
I wonder if it's like, this is a weird question just because I don't know how student-led classes work, but is it like we're all in the class and like next week I get to talk, or like is there a certain group of students who like made this course and those are the ones who lead it, if that makes sense?
That's a good question. I mean, I like personally, I can't answer. But I would hope. So you're saying like 1 week I lead class, then the next week you lead class, whatever. I think it would be cool if they had like maybe a Google Doc or something at the beginning of the semester, like a shared something, Excel or something, where you could put like, okay, everybody gets a week and you get to pick what Taylor Swift realm, era, whatever you want to dive into, but it's like first come, first serve kind of thing.
Yeah.
That would be cool. So like you called dibs on Evermore and I'm like, okay, that's fine. You can be Evermore,
but
you can
like, have it.
Yeah. I'm like, don't come for Reputation. I do have to say, I've realized through my like Spotify stats / what songs I'm skipping in the car and not, that Evermore is like actually a number 2 album for me.
Okay. Revelation.
Like according to my Spotify stats, Evermore is like probably the album that I actually listen to the most? ?
Interesting.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a really cool study that like has potential of like what we claim is our favorite Taylor album or era, and then like what Spotify tells us.
Probably, because I think it's something that we kind of bring up on the pod a lot, that it's like your favorite era or song, whatever, or at least for us, constantly changes with our mood. Yeah. So it's like, I'd love to claim Reputation because I think my appeal to Reputation is like the bad B of it all. Like you went through all this hard stuff and now you're like coming back, like rising from the ashes and you're like, I'm here. I love that. Yeah. Maybe it's because I want to encompass it so badly, or because like I went through that phase in my life when that album came out that I'm like, this is my sacred album. But very much in my life right now, I'm like a 27-year-old fall loving girly. And I guess like I'm just truly in my Evermore era.
Yeah. I'm glad you shared.
Thank you. This is my storytelling with Taylor Swift.
Yeah. This is you leading the class. So if any one of our listeners has taken this class, you gotta tell us how this works because we're very interested.
True. Or any Taylor Swift class, honestly. Like I love that.
Yeah. Let's see. We have University of Texas at Austin has the Taylor Swift songbook. And then Rice University has Taylor Swift Lyrical Evolution, which is probably cool because what are they looking at? Like how her debut Fearless is compared to, oh yes.
That's what I'm thinking. And as you said, like, I'm reading it on the screen, Taylor Swift Lyrical Evolution. I'm like, wait, that class has to be so flippin' cool because it's like, think of literally the lyric, you're just another picture to burn. Okay, great lyric. Honestly, for a 15-year-old, like to come up with that Shakespearean sentence. But then you look at Evermore or Midnights and you're like, wow, how her lyrics have literally evolved over time, yet they're still achieving the same thing. And I think it's a lot to be said about the fandom as well, because when Taylor Swift was 15, 16 years old and she said, you're just another picture to burn, we were like, absolutely, we know straightforward, that's what that means.
Right,
great
relatable.
Storytelling. Yeah. Yes, super relatable. But now we're 27 and Taylor Swift's in her 30s and she's like
singing Champagne Problems.
Singing Champagne Problems, like your Midas touch on the Chevy door. Is that Champagne Problems? It is. Okay. Yeah. And like, I get it now. So, it's cool that her lyrics have evolved, but so have we, and so has our knowledge. Right. And we're still able to pick up the storytelling because we've truly evolved with Taylor Swift and her like words and her writing. So I love that.
Right. And we've said it that like it's almost like every time she releases an album, it's like what we needed in that moment. And it's like the same for kind of like the lyrics, like, we've related on whatever level we needed to every time we've heard it. Yeah, we just grew up with her. That's crazy.
That's so crazy. Maybe we need to teach Taylor Swift lyrical evolution.
I think we should.
Definitely not.
And we'll focus on the Better Than Revenge lyric change.
Oh my God.
That's her lyrical
growth.
evolution. Yeah.
That's growth. That's
like literally.
Growth. And there has to be so much said about the reclaiming of her masters as well with this lyrical evolution, right? Because we have like the original lyrics of Speak Now. And like, I would say probably, I think Better Than Revenge is only the most notable lyric change. But then when you look at the vault tracks and stuff, and I guess this goes back to the question of when it was truly written, or like, you don't know if she wrote it in the Speak Now era, and like because she's recording it now, she's kind of fine-tuned the lyrics a little bit to really express what she's saying, and that's why the vault tracks are always 10 out of 10.
Right. Maybe like comparing Fearless vault tracks or something to Speak Now vault
1989
tracks. Yeah.
Slut.
Yeah. Right.
Slut.
Like what? Lust, you mean?
Lust. In Taylor Swift lyrical evolution, one entire week dedicated to slut versus lust.
That's you leading it.
No, but I think it's so cool, and there's so much to be said about multiple universities teaching entire course loads about Taylor Swift, and the fact that they're not all about the same thing. Like this psychology of Taylor Swift class at ASU is literally 4 psychology majors, and how specific lyrics and specific songs and eras and everything tie into like the psychology of people and their reactions and all of that stuff. So you have that, and then you literally have Taylor Swift's lyrical evolution, which is probably great for like a writing course, or like I know one of the NYU courses was an English class, or I think that was actually the Taylor Swift songbook, University of Texas. So it's like it can be so many different things, and that's so much to be said about like a good artist. Only a good artist can truly do that.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know about, at least maybe it's just because I don't know, but I don't know about any other university that has classes dedicated to like an artist like that other than the Beatles. I know that some have had history of the Beatles.
Right.
And yeah, the fact that just one single artist, Taylor Swift, you know, a band is also kind of different.
Yeah,
but
100%.
One single artist has so many courses happening right now. There's a lot to be said.
There is a lot to be said. And there's also a lot to be said about why, or like just a question, like why is University of Florida not on this list?
Asking for a friend.
For those of you who don't know, that's our alma mater. And like, guys, we're the #1 public university in the entire country.
You'd think we'd get with the program.
Where's my course on Taylor Swift? And like now that
And the way that you could take it probably.
No, the way that I was just about to say I could teach it, because I'm wrapping up my master's, and one of the courses that I'm taking is a math seminar in teaching higher ed, and we're developing our own course as part of like the final project. And I'm taking a step back and realizing the missed opportunity that that I had to develop a Taylor Swift course to be the first of its kind at the University of Florida.
Oh my God. And maybe
no, and like I'm literally halfway through the semester. Like I've developed a syllabus, I've developed assignments, and I have nothing. I think this is the end of this podcast. I have to just like turn in all my Taylor Swift gear. Like, who am I if not a fake fan right now?
Well, if we would have done this story earlier, it would have clicked for you, I think.
Oh man, it's just really sad. But I do have to say, like, aside from that, I've learned so much about Taylor Swift through this program anyway. So just because like she's not the entire course load, you know, like I took a class in this master's program at UF where my professor is the reason that we even have this podcast right now. Like, she has her own podcast, Brianne Fleming, Making the Brand, and she does a weekly pop chat at like 1 p.m. on Fridays where she just talks about pop culture and everything that's going on. And she truly inspired me to make this. So it's still like the Taylor Swift of it all. And I love that and appreciate it. And I had like an art of podcasting class. Like I learned so much, you know. But man, what a missed opportunity. And man, UF, you need to get on the book. I mean, like whatever, jump on it, because they were literally posting about Tavis, Kel Swift, Swift C, whatever we want to call it. They were posting about them, okay? And like, that's fine, but I'm going to go back and comment now and be like, hey, where's my Taylor
Where's our
Swift
course?
And that being said, kind of like wrapping up this story and touching just ever so slightly on the Tavis, Kel Swift, Swiftie situation, I did add a poll to our last week's episode asking our listeners to choose what ship name they preferred from the list that we gave. And
Okay.
the winner might surprise / disappoint you a little.
No.
It wasn't trailer. It wasn't trailer.
Okay.
I heard GMA saying trailer this morning and I was like, please relax. Like,
You're
if
like,
we're going to
have you listened to our podcast, please?
number one, have you listened to our podcast? Number two, like, if you're going to give them a name, just don't do trailer. Like, trailer is already a thing and it doesn't need to be this.
Right. Like, it's a word.
Like, at least use Tavis. I think, like, you know.
Yeah, Tavis is better.
Kel Swift. Is that what we called it?
Kel Swift. That was one of them.
That was the winner. I'm sorry.
It doesn't roll off the tongue.
It doesn't roll off the tongue, in my opinion, as well as Tavis or Swiftsy. But I'm just telling you, you know, what the masses agreed upon. Yep. 50.
So is that what we're going to refer to them as?
No, we agreed already. Oh, nobody voted for Tavis.
Tavis is a good one.
I think Tavis is decent. But no, we said we would do Swiftsy, so we'll keep it at Swiftsy. That's what they will be on our podcast. I think we can interchange with Tavis. They mean the same thing, and I think our listeners, hopefully, you will understand either or when we mention them. I did make a Tavis Eras Tour film bracelet. I'm not going to lie.
Tavis. You have to make a Swiftsy and trailer one.
Okay, fine. I'm not making trailer. I'll do a Kel Swift for our listeners, but I will also make a Swiftsy one, I promise. But speaking of the Eras Tour film, hello, now we get to do our final story for today. So we're officially 10 days away from the opening night of the Eras Tour film, and the film opens in theaters officially Friday, October 13th. But to kick things off, I'm so excited about this story. I am so excited about all of it. I can't breathe. Okay. Just wait till I tell you what I've done all day. To kick things off, AMC is hosting a red carpet event in LA on Wednesday, October 11th. This just came out like literally a few days ago. I think 3, maybe 4 days ago, October 11th. That is so soon. 1 week from when you're listening to this episode is October 11th and a Wednesday. Like, I'm so terrified. Why the random LA red carpet?
True.
Before we
what does this mean? Yeah.
Before we get into things, do you think Taylor's going to be there?
Yes.
Okay. You're like 100% convinced she's going to be there.
Yes. Do you?
Okay. I don't know. I'm like 80%. My second question to you, I'll let you know now. But my second question to you is, do you think Swiftsy / Tavis will be there?
Yes.
You think that's their like debut?
No, but I think that I guess it would be debut.
Okay.
But I think like he would go as much as she's going to support him in his games.
Oh, that's so true. Wait. Yeah. Okay.
Like it's their debut, but is it really? It's just because they're both going to be physically.
No, yeah, but by debut, I mean, like, are they going to be on the red carpet holding hands
together? Yeah. No, I get you. That's what I don't know. But I think if, you know, he did something that wasn't football, she would still go and maybe they'd already be holding hands by now. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, if he wasn't on the field while she was watching him, if that makes sense.
True. But like, I mean, they could have easily been papped holding hands like that the first game that she attended. Like last night, it wasn't going to happen because he had to leave with his team. So like they weren't leaving together, but like I feel like if they wanted to be papped holding hands already, they would have. Maybe they are waiting.
Well, there's
for,
that
like,
photo of her like with
the arm.
Yeah. And like don't you think it'd be or like not don't you think, but like would it be a little weird if like because he's probably gonna go, I think, truly, to support her, period. But like if they both come out and are walking the red carpet just not holding hands, like isn't that weird?
I think if they come out not holding hands but they're walking together, maybe he has like his hand on her lower back kind of thing, like affection, like there's affection there. You can sense it. Like when they were walking out of the game last week, you know, that could easily be a red carpet walk, I'd say. My concern for them is if he attends the event and she walks the red carpet like last or something, and he's already walked the red carpet and gone inside, then like are they just friends or are they together? I think that's like something we definitely have to watch for.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Because if
But
they
also,
show up
maybe
together,
she's
they're
just the
together.
last one to arrive because, like,
It's her
this
film.
is her thing, right?
But 100%. But I mean, if she's going to be the last one to arrive and make a statement, it would be the perfect time to hard launch her relationship.
But maybe they're not there. Like, I think even if he goes sooner, that's still really significant. Like,
But,
I think,
like, it
like,
could
are
still
they
mean
at
that
the
they're
point-
seeing each other.
right. And like, does she want to make like the premiere of her own film about him? You know what I mean? Like, I think then everything would be, oh my God, they debuted as a couple. Look at this. They're walking like this. They're holding hands, instead of like, look at this queen and her film, you know?
Yes. And like, it's 100% because he's letting her be jeweled, right? He's
Right.
letting her have her
Right.
moment. But I ask you this as a Swiftie, as a friend, as somebody who's been there through the rep era, has seen the way the media has treated Taylor Swift. You and I and the people listening to this podcast very well understand that if they showed up separately and he lets her be jeweled, we'd know like, okay, they're probably still together, but he's, letting her have her moment. America would not accept that narrative.
Yeah, probably not.
Because the same way that it's, oh my God, they're debuting as a couple, they're holding hands, look at the way he has his hand on her back. It's, oh my God, Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift show up separately to the red carpet event for the Eras Tour film. You get me?
Yeah. Maybe he'll show up though with her fam.
Oh, that's
and
a
then
good one.
that changes it all.
Yep, because now he's letting her be jeweled, letting her have her moment alone, but he's like, hey, I'm here with the people that mean the most to you in the world,
Right.
and we're doing this together.
Right. And that could very well happen, considering just
So like, I need like E! News or People Magazine or something to like host this red carpet like they do like the VMAs or something.
We need full coverage of this.
I want to see every single person that walks this red carpet. But that being said, like it very well could be you. It could be me. It could be anybody listening to this podcast.
And that's the most exciting part.
That is literally the most exciting part, because now we're going to tell you how literally you could win your way into the red carpet and witness this for yourself. So Spotify, this whole thing with Spotify, I posted it on our stories last week. I don't know, did you like look into it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was like a pop. Yeah.
It's like a pop-up that came up like, hey, you're a big Taylor Swift fan, send us an email like saying that you want to go, and like if we can get tickets, you can go, kind of thing. Like you're not guaranteed them, but we'll try. The thing with that was that it was only people in LA.
Oh, was it?
Yes. So it was only people in LA, and that's why there were like a bunch of Swifties freaking out, myself included, like, hello, please, I listen to so much Taylor Swift, like, where's my pop-up? Because I will make it happen. I'll fly to
Right.
LA. And then I found out that it was only people in the LA area who were receiving this, which it makes sense.
Makes sense, yeah.
I'm sure that for them, logistically, I mean, the number of people right now listening to Taylor Swift are probably all Taylor Swift's biggest fans, because everybody's listening to Taylor Swift. So they wanted to keep it local, But aside from that, iHeartRadio is hosting a huge sweepstakes to fulfill one lucky fan's wildest dreams. It's me. So the winner of the iHeartRadio contest will receive domestic round-trip airfare to LA for them and one guest, 2 nights of hotel accommodations, a $200 prepaid gift card that can be used toward ground transportation, 2 tickets to attend the Eras Tour film premiere at the Hollywood Theater in LA, and 1 Taylor Swift signed guitar.
Oh my God.
I can't. I have to go. I
didn't know about this sweepstakes.
Okay, I had been receiving emails about it, and the thing is, I've been on the iHeartRadio bandwagon for a while, because they are obviously, iHeartRadio owns a lot of music stations, radio stations here in Miami, Y100, that LA radio station that we were trying to win tickets to the
oh my gosh.
night. That's an
I'm traumatized.
That's an iHeartRadio station. So back in August, I was like listening every day, trying to call to win tickets, kind of thing. So, I interact with iHeartRadio enough that I guess like I get their emails. I think pretty much
Okay.
if you have an iHeartRadio account, you know. So I had seen this and I was like, I don't know about this, whatever. And then I started to look into it and I'm like, wait a minute, you're going to fly me out to LA with a friend, get me tickets to the premiere, give me hotel and a Taylor Swift signed guitar. Okay.
Incredible.
Like, no, say less. How do I do it?
Right.
No, and it's so easy. All you have to do is download. I sound like I'm recording an ad right now. I need you all to know. First of all,
Not sponsored.
this is not sponsored by iHeartRadio. iHeartRadio, if you're listening to it and you want to sponsor our podcast, please go ahead. Just like send me
By
a
all
DM.
means.
Yeah, send us a DM. We'll hook it up. But, you know, I am marketing the heck out of this because it's just such a unique opportunity. And it's so easy.
And we don't gatekeep over here.
No, we don't gatekeep. And like, if I'm going to be working my butt off to try to get there, but you work your butt off too, and you get selected, I am so happy for you. I could cry. Please just send me pics of the red carpet and like live stream or something so we can see what happens with Tavis.
Yeah.
But okay, it's so easy to enter. All you have to do is download or open the iHeartRadio app and sign up or log in. Then you're going to head to like the contest page, search for the Eras Tour Film Contest. It's going to prompt you to submit your email. You enter that and you receive like, it says you get 1 heart, right? One, like, I guess it's by 1 heart, they mean like 1 entry to the sweepstakes.
Yeah.
So after this, for every hour you're listening to the iHeartRadio app, you can do it radio station, you can do it like they have like a Taylor Swift station. I was listening to that for a while today and it plays like Taylor Swift's like Friends. I don't know, they're playing like some Selena Gomez, Kelly
Okay.
Clarkson, Carrie Underwood kind of thing. You receive an extra heart. So all it takes is every 1 hour, 1 extra heart, which is 1 extra chance to win the sweepstakes.
Wow.
So it's open to any legal resident of the US and DC who are 18 years or over, and it's going to run through October 6th. So you have 3 days from when this episode releases to listen to every hour. Everything that you're doing, just have the iHeartRadio app open and playing and you're good. Like I was working today. I had it on my iPad. I had the volume low so I could focus, but it was getting me those extra entries. And on about October 9th, so 2 days before it would happen, they'd let you know that you were selected. And it's a random selection, but I'm guessing what happens is they pull 1 winner, but the more you listen, the more times your name goes in the pot.
Okay, right. Because it's random, but you have more chances, right?
Right. It's big. It's a big one.
The way that I'm going to just have it playing like at all times.
That's what I did today. I'm telling you, I downloaded the iHeartRadio app. I was listening on my phone in the car and everything. And I was like, okay, I can't do it from my computer because I was listening for a while on my computer before I found out it was the app. And I was like, okay. So I downloaded the app on my iPad and I just like turned the volume down low enough that I could hear it, but I could focus on my work and I had it playing for hours. I'm just going to do that all the way through October 6th. I can't.
Wow.
I really hope it's one of you guys, but I'm not going to lie that I also really hope it's me.
I mean, I think like you'd be lying if you like wish it wasn't.
Yeah, like I will be so happy though if one of our listeners gets selected because that is literally so cool. Once in a lifetime experience, but also please Lord,
let it be us.
Please.
And we'll provide you the coverage that y'all want and that we want. Just leave it to us.
No, the thing is, if we get selected and we go, we will be the coverage that we're asking for.
Yeah, like just put us in.
We will
like
show
we should
up.
just go. We should just get tickets without this contest. Pick someone else as your contest winner and just let us go.
Let us go. Give us some microphones and we will talk everybody up on the red carpet. We will be dressed to the nines. Like I'm a Barbie on a boardwalk. Hashtag not the real lyric, but it's going to be for this.
Fall of 23.
So it is just like, you have to do it. If you have the capacity to turn on the iHeartRadio app and like get hours and get your little hearts and more entries into the sweepstakes, please do it. It's, you know.
And it says that just because I literally was doing it as you were saying.
I saw you on your phone. I knew that you were doing it for the class.
Yes. It says you can, like you said, earn hearts until October 6th. but it says your hearts will update the next day. So do you know if it's the next day, like if I listen today, tomorrow, or after October 6th?
So I think then by next day, it means like if you pick up 6 hours of stars today, when you open the app tomorrow, the 6 hours
Okay.
of hearts or whatever are going to be there. The only thing I don't know about that, I'm glad that you brought that up because I also saw the same thing. But as you listen, there's like no place that's like, hey, you're collecting hearts. Like,
I hate that.
Yeah, like I hope I open the app tomorrow and it just shows up automatically, because if not, I'm going to go insane and I'm going to be clicking every button. I will be on the phone with iHeartRadio. Like,
Tech support.
can you please let me know how many hearts I gained? Because I need to know.
My
So-
app is broken. I can't see the hearts.
Hey, my app broke, but I promise I've listened for 24 hours, 5 days straight. Okay.
Yeah, I'm at like 300 something, I think. There's a glitch. Don't say the lyric.
Okay.
No, I saw you were like, hi.
It's for everybody. It's better for everybody if I don't sing.
Spare us, please.
But that pretty much wraps up this week's episode. I think we had some good stuff today. I'm really glad that we didn't touch too much on the Tavis and Swiftsy of it all. Super cute. There's a lot to be said about that. But, we're updating you in real time anyway. So just follow us on social media so you can get those real time updates. And you don't have to listen to us come every week and talk about how amazing and beautiful they are and how beautiful their babies are going to be. So
yeah.
That being said, please remember to follow us on social media for live Taylor Swift news updates and to play our weekly Swiftie themed Connections word game.
I'm a pro now. Thank you guys. Thank you.
Last week, a lot of people reached out and said that it was a super fun one and they got the answers really quick. So just keep playing. You'll get your expert level and you won't need the unlimited tries that we give you. I know that you don't win anything, but when you play the New York Times games, you don't win anything either. It's just a little ego boost. Yeah. It's like
Wordle. You don't win anything when everyone was playing Wordle.
Exactly. That's our weekly assignment in our Taylor Swift course at the university.
Yes.
Is
At the T Swift Sisters University. Your assignment is collect hearts. And
your homework assignments for the week are to collect tons of hearts on iHeartRadio app and to play the Swiftie Connections on Friday sometime before noon. Just, keep updating our stories and it'll be in there. So thanks for savoring this week's Swift Scoop. We hope you had your fill of all things Taylor Swift, and we'll see you next week right here on the T Swift Sisters podcast. Please remember to follow us on TikTok and Instagram at T Swift Sisters Pod and Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, at T Swift Sisters. That'll do it. Bye.
bye.